Good evening, everyone. Let's see the past year trend analysis in the case of chemistry. See, generally some of the students feel chemistry is difficult, but it is not so. Actually, NEET exam, 20 questions are very easy questions in chemistry. The other 20 questions are moderate. Moderate means slightly you have to think to answer the questions. 20 is direct, 20 is moderate, slight thinking is required. The remaining 10 questions only actually to be called as difficult questions. So if you focus on these 40 questions, okay, it will be very easy to score very good marks in chemistry. Okay, let's see in which chapters what number of questions are given in the past years and what is more important, and in each chapter where we have to focus more so that we can score better in the exam. See, first focus on the 11th class topics. Generally, if you see the past 2024 or even previous any year, 12th class topics are generally questions coming from 12th class topics is around 54 to 55%. The remaining will be 11th class topics. First, let's see 11th class topics. Organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques. That is also called general organic chemistry and nomenclature. Here, if you see, in 2024, 4 questions came from this chapter. And in 2023, 2 questions, 2022, 2, like that. Now see, actually, I think you are already aware, in 2024 NEET exam, some of the chapters are removed. And in chemistry, many chapters are removed, solid state, surface chemistry, like that. So since some chapters are removed, now the whatever present chapters are there, those weightage has been increased, and GOCC 4 questions has been given in the 2024 exam. And what areas we have to focus on this GOC, general organic chemistry, and also called some basic principles and techniques. See, in this, what are the actual areas present? Nomenclature, okay, and electronic effects, inductive effect, mesomeric effect, and hyperconjugation, and how to find which is better acid, acidic strength. They may give 2, 3, 4 options. They will give acids and ask which is the better acid in this, or 4 options they will give and they ask which is the better base in these options. For that, electronic effects, inductive, mesomeric, also called resonance, and hyperconjugation, you should have proper clarity on how to apply them in these questions. And also the techniques like chromatography, purification of organic compounds, that also comes under this chapter only. Now, the whole chapter, if you see, the main important areas are electronic effects, inductive, mesomeric, and hyperconjugation, and how to find which is most acidic compound, which is most basic compound, and which is most stable carbocation. So these are the important areas. Okay, to find the most stable carbocation or more acidic compound, electronic effects must be, you should be thorough with those effects in this chapter. Next, hydrocarbons. In hydrocarbons means alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes, these 3. Now, in these 3, the most important chapter is alkenes in hydrocarbons category. Alkenes, which contains more reactions also. So that is the most important topic. If you cover alkenes properly, then most of the alkynes reactions also will be covered, because alkenes, both reactions are based on the carbon-carbon pi bond only. So there is so much similarity will be there. So if you cover alkenes properly with sufficient time, then alkynes, most of the things will be already covered in that. Okay, it does not take much time to cover the alkynes chapter. And when it comes to alkanes reactions are only halogenation is important. There is no other reaction important in alkanes. Only one reaction we will come across. So alkenes is the major thing here. So you should focus on alkenes. And especially when you open NCERT, there are some names are there. Okay, Markovnikov addition reaction, ozenolysis, Bayer's reagent. These names, they will bold. You will see in the bold letters in NCERT also. So wherever names are given, wherever bold words are there, bold sentences are there in NCERT, they are more important. Give priority to them. Okay. So in alkenes chapter, when you open, write all the named reactions and reagents involved in that. Okay, so that if you write them all in one page, you can easily correlate and you can easily remember also. Many times in examination, we will get the picture of the paper. So if you write many reactions of chapters in single page, then it is easy to recollect in exam also. Okay, so alkenes is most important here. Next, some basic concepts of chemistry, which involves significant digits, laws of chemical combination, mole concept. These are the areas in the some basic concepts of chemistry. Now, here, if you see, 3 questions came in 2024. Now, what area we should focus? Mole concept, how to convert mass into moles, how to convert moles into number of atoms, number of molecules. If volume at STP is given, how to convert into moles. So these interconversions are more important here. Okay, and sometimes they will give 4 options and ask which of the following contain more moles, more molecules, more atoms, like that. So interconversion, that is mole concept, you should be thorough with. Next, and what else is more important here? If a chemical reaction is given, suppose A plus B gives C plus D, and they will give the mass or moles of A, and they will ask how much product is formed. So how to find the amount of product from the reactant, this also you should be aware of. And also, if 2 reactants information is given in the question, how to find limiting reagent which is completely reacting, this also you should be aware. So mole concept and chemical reactions based questions, if reactant is given and how much product is formed, these kind of questions, these are important in these basic concepts. Next, structure of atom. Structure of atom came 2 questions. Generally in every year also, if you see 2 questions or 1 question like that, it is coming. Not much increment in this chapter into 2024. So if you see the structure of atom, actually in NCERT there are so many pages are there, and reading NCERT is very much essential nowadays, because sometimes they are picking statements from NCERT and asking the exam directly, which of the following statements are correct, like that. Now, if you don't have sufficient time, which area you have to focus in the structure of atom? So in structure of atom, generally if you see the trends, past year questions, many questions are asked from the Bohr's model, and most important, even better than Bohr's model, what is most important is quantum numbers. Maximum questions are asked in previous years from the quantum numbers. So first priority, give it to quantum numbers and Bohr's model. Okay, in quantum numbers there are various various models they can ask question. They can give quantum numbers N, L, M, S, and they ask which is not possible set of quantum numbers, or which orbital has the highest energy, lowest energy, these kind of questions. So quantum numbers is more important here. Next, thermodynamics. See, thermodynamics, when it comes, actually there are in 2024, actually they usually ask 1 question, but if you see 2024, 3 questions are asked from this. And what are the important areas in this? First law of thermodynamics, okay, how to apply the first law, and especially take care of the signs, plus sign, minus sign, when to use plus sign, when to use minus sign, you have to take care of that, the first law. Then thermochemical equations, for example, enthalpy of formations, enthalpy of combustion. So if data of enthalpy of formation or combustion is given, how to find enthalpy of a reaction, delta H of reaction. So this is second important area to be focused on. Next, third important is Gibbs energy and entropy, which comes under the second law of thermodynamics. So how to find whether a reaction is feasible or not, by looking at the delta G value, which can be calculated from delta H minus T delta S. So delta G, delta S related models and thermochemical equations, enthalpy of formation, combustion, using which how to find delta H of reaction, and thermodynamical concepts like first law of thermodynamics, how to apply the first law properly. In isothermal case, isobaric, isochoric, like that, how to apply the first law properly. That is the another area. Next, equilibrium. See, chemical equilibrium and ionic equilibrium both together is given here, and equilibrium 3 questions has been given previous year. So in chemical equilibrium, first if you focus on, in that how to calculate the equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant, how to calculate from the concentrations. That is the basic thing anyway. Second is Le-Chatelier's principle. Le-Chatelier's principle, when we increase the temperature, when we increase the pressure, okay, when we add the quantity of reactant or product, in which direction reaction shift and adjust itself to reach the new equilibrium state. So that Le-Chatelier's principle related concepts and how to find the equilibrium constant from the given information of concentrations. These two are important areas in equilibrium. Next, in ionic equilibrium, how to calculate the pH of strong acids and strong bases, weak acids and weak bases. This is most important. And how to calculate the pH of the buffer solutions. Buffer solutions, how to calculate the pH and how to identify whether a solution is buffer or not. These are the important areas. And solubility product. Sometimes they will ask calculate KSP solubility product or calculate solubility of the salt. So how to find the solubility and what is the relation between solubility and KSP? These are the important areas in the equilibrium chapter. Next, classification of elements and periodicity in properties. Periodic properties, especially the variation of the trends across the period and across the group, like ionization energy, atomic radius, electron affinity, electron negativity, how they vary along the period and groups. These are the important areas to be covered here in periodic properties. Next, chemical bonding and molecular structure. In chemical bonding chapter, the most important, if you see the previous year's trend, most of the questions asked from two areas. One is hybridization, finding hybridization of a given formula. They will give some formula, chemical formula, and they will ask what hybridization, what is the shape. So hybridization and shape, how to find, this is important area. Second is molecular orbital theory, MOT. So in MOT, when we fill electrons in bonding and anti-bonding orbitals, how to find bond order, how to find which one has more bond length, which one has more bond strength. These are the areas important in molecular orbital theory. Next, P block elements. Here P block elements means actually first year and second year together mentioned here. First year P block and second year. Actually many topics in P block are removed in the recent syllabus. But physical properties and chemical properties are still there. Although in new NCERT textbook P block chapter is not there, if you refer to old NCERT textbook, focus on the physical and chemical properties only, not the rest of the NCERT text. And physical chemical properties, again ionization energy, electron affinity, like this, how they vary, okay, and some chemical reactions wise how they vary, what is the general oxidation states they exhibit. Okay, these are all physical chemical properties which is given clearly under the heading physical and chemical properties in the NCERT. So read that properly. And especially if you see 2024, all the three questions are asked from the 12th class only. 11th class boron and carbon family they have not asked, but it's better to prepare boron family, carbon family onwards till the noble gases. Redox reactions. Redox reactions involve finding the oxidation numbers and balancing the redox reaction. These are the areas in this, how to balance. Okay, so although there are two methods, oxidation number method, ion electron method, but when it comes to NEET exam, it does not matter through which method you balance. So whichever is convenient for you, you follow. Unnecessarily don't study both of them and get confused. Any method you choose and follow that sincerely. So finding oxidation numbers and balancing. comes here. Next, solutions. Liquid solutions. If you see that there are two important areas here. One is Raoult's law application, how to find the vapor pressure through the Raoult's law. Second is how to find the colligative properties. Colligative properties, there are osmotic pressure, elevation of boiling point, depression of freezing point, and relative lowering of vapor pressure. These four are colligative properties. There are separate formulas are there for four of them and how to calculate them. And using Van 't Hoff factor also how to calculate them. So this and Raoult's law are important here. And also concentration terms. Concentration terms are also important. In NCERT it is given in some basic concepts of chemistry. Mainly in liquid solution, first 2 pages of NCERT they briefly explained various concentration terms and their formulas, molarity, normality, etc. Yes, they are also important concentration terms. So if they give mass, how to calculate into convert into molarity. If they give normality, how to convert into molarity. Relationship between molality and molarity. These are also important in the concentration terms. Next, electrochemistry. See, electrochemistry, 2 questions are asked, but it is quite possible they may increase also number of questions. And in electrochemistry, there are 3 areas. One is electrolytic conductance, where you study molar conductance formulas and specific conductance. Molar conductance and specific conductance, how to calculate individually and what is the interrelationship between them. These are the important in conductance topic. Next is Faraday's laws. How to apply the Faraday's laws to find the quantity of the substance deposited at cathode or anode. Faraday's law application. Third is Nest equation. How to use Nest equation to find the concentration values or to find the EMF of the cell. These 3 are most important. Okay, you focus on this in electrochemistry. Next, chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics, here 3 questions are asked in 2024. And in chemical kinetics, what are the areas to be focused? How to find the order of reaction. Sometimes they say reactant A is doubled. When reactant A is doubled, B is tripled, rate has become this many times. Such kind of questions, how to use them to find the order of reaction. This is one thing. Second, collision theory and Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation, K is equal to A into E power minus E by RT. So using Arrhenius equation, okay, how to find the rate constant, how to see how rate constant, how it is increasing with the temperature. There's a logarithm formula is there given in NCERT, and how graphically it varies, rate constant, how graphically varies with the temperature, graphs. These are the areas you have to focus on the Arrhenius equation. And also there is a collision theory. There is a theory given in the NCERT. Read that collision theory entirely. It is given in 1.5 page. Read it. Next is in the chemical kinetics, rate constant. How to find the rate constant if it is a first order reaction. So see, first order reaction rate constant, there is a formula, logarithm formula is there. So how to use it to find the rate constant? How to use the half-life formula to calculate the half-life. So rate constant and half-life of first order is most important. Then collision theory and Arrhenius equation and finding the order of reaction. These are the areas to be focused. Next, 12th class organic chemistry, alkyl halides and aryl halides, also called haloalkanes and haloarenes. Now here SN1, SN2, E1, E2, these reactions are more important in alkyl halides. And alcohols, phenols, ethers. And here there are named reactions are there like esterification, okay, dehydration of alcohols. Let's see, there are some named reactions are there, and identification tests are also there. See, in all organic chemistry, organic compounds, there are particular identification tests. For alkenes, bromine water will be there. Okay, for alcohols, Vector Mayer test will be there, Lucas test will be there. So like that, different tests are available. Aldehydes, ketones, Tollens test will be there. So like that, wherever the tests are available, given in NCERT with bold letters, don't forget to read them. Okay. And also in organic chemistry, all chapters are connected. If you see alkenes and bromination gives alkyl bromide. Okay. So you will get the bromines. Now, suppose if you treat it with the aqueous KOH, bromines will be replaced with OH group alcohol. And alcohol, if you oxidize, it may become aldehyde or carboxylic acid. So like that, see the interconnection. From alkenes, you can prepare alkyl halides. From alkyl halides, you can prepare alcohols. From alcohols, you can prepare aldehydes or ketones. From them, you can prepare carboxylic acids. Like that, there is interconnections are there. So when you are reading, don't read them as individual chapters. Look into the interconnections. See, if in one chapter the product of a reaction will be acting as reactant in the other chapter. So see the interconnections there. It will help in sequential reactions. Next, same aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic, name reactions and tests, identification tests. Okay, and oxidation and reduction methods. Okay, how to reduce the aldehyde or ketone, which reagent is used, how to oxidize, which reagents are used. This take care. Amines, here also same important named reactions are there that you take care, and basic strength of amines also you have to take care, which is more basic, which is less basic. In NCERT it is given clearly how to identify. Next, biomolecules. Here also focus on the glucose reactions given in NCERT, glucose reactions and their cyclic structures. And proteins. When it comes to proteins, there are various proteins are given, list of proteins are given. Focus on which are basic amino acids and structure of proteins. These are the important areas in the biomolecules. Next, D and F block element. Again, read NCERT, D and F block element, read every line of NCERT properly. If they give questions, they give questions directly from NCERT. Read it properly. And when it comes to coordination compounds has few areas: nomenclature, isomerism, VBT and CFT. So here more important one is VFT, how to find the hybridization and shape of a given complex species. Second important is isomerism. Okay, these two are more important in the this coordination compounds. First priority is VBT, second is isomerism. How to find whether geometrical isomerism exists or not, how to find whether optical isomerism exists or not, how to find whether ionization isomerism exists or not, these kind of questions. Next, salt analysis. Actually, this is newly added topic in 2024 syllabus. Previously, that's why it is not available in the previous years. It is newly added. It is laboratory related topic. Whatever manual released by the NCERT, read that thoroughly. All reactions, how to identify based on the colors, based on the precipitation, based on the gases, how to find the cation, how to find the anion. This related chapter it is. And since many reactions and many colors are there given in the NCERT lab manual, it is difficult to memorize all by just one reading. You have to revise a couple of times, more number of times actually, so that you can identify them in examination. And also you must practice questions on this also. Just by reading, remembering won't help. If you practice more, then you can remember things better and recollect also better here. These are the deleted chapters. They were there in the previous years, but these all chapters are deleted from the syllabus. So because of this deletion, the weightage of the existing chapters has been increased in 2024, and similarly in next year also they will increase. So earlier S block chapter is also there. So much things student has to prepare. So many chapters are there, and most of them are theoretical topics. They have to read and remember. Now these are all removed. Okay, why these chapters are removed? These chapters mostly are theoretical. Whatever thinking based chapters are there where you have to think, so most of them are kept as it is. They did not remove them. That means the examiner, they're expecting that students should think and answer, not just remembering or reading and remembering. Such kind of people they are not expecting. That's why they have removed the memory based chapters, thinking based chapters, logical based chapters, reasoning based chapters, they all kept as it is. See, these are the different types of questions. See, single choice type of questions will be there anyway. One option will be correct among the 4 options. But there are other types of questions like match the following. Here, matching you have to check and select the appropriate option in that. Match the following. And sometimes they give 2 statements, and they will ask statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is correct, or both are false, 1 is correct, incorrect. This is statement based questions. So these kind of questions, if you see the trend, in 2022, match the following type of questions given were 5. Graph type questions are 2. Statement type questions are 6. That means statement 1, statement 2. Just now I explained. Such questions are 6. Assertion, reason type questions are 2. More than one statement questions. More than one statement questions are 0. That means actually 4 statements A, B, C, D will be given, and below that they will give options A and B are correct, B and C are correct, or A, B, C are correct, A, B, C, D are correct. Like that, multiple, more than one statement may be correct in that question. So now, if there is only one statement is correct, such kind of questions are easy. Why? Because 4 options are there, 4 statements, only one is correct, you have to identify. Suppose if you don't know other 3 statements also, if you know the correct statement alone, by marking that, you will get the marks. Suppose A, B, C, D are there, you know second statement is right, you don't know about other statements, then you will just mark the second and you will get the marks out of it. But when it comes to more than one statement, just by knowing the single statement won't work out. You have to know the other statements also, whether they are correct or wrong. Then only you can choose the appropriate option. So it is slightly difficult scenario. And match the following also, you have to see the match total. Then only you will get the right option. Similarly, statement type also. There are 2 statements given, statement 1, statement 2. If you know things about both of them properly, if you have clarity, then only you can mark the right option here. And if you see in NEET 2023, match the following has reduced from 5 to 2. Graph type questions also reduced from 2 to 1. Statement type questions are also reduced from 6 to 2. Assertion region has increased to 4. More than one questions are given more here. See, earlier 0, but they have increased to 5. That means, students who have more clarity in the concepts, okay, they want such kind of students. If the students who put some option as a fluke and get it corrected, that kind of students they don't want. So they are reducing the number of students who put the questions through fluke. Okay, just by randomly, if they are keeping the questions, just by luck they may be correct. Okay, such kind of students they are eliminating by giving such questions, more than one statement correct. Now, if you see NEET 2024, match the following has increased tremendously to 7 questions. Graph type questions 1, statement type questions 4, and more than one statement questions 3. So what I suggest is more than one statement questions give focus. In coming years, I hope that more than one statement questions will increase definitely, because they want proper students, the students who understand the concepts properly. So they want to select such kind of students only. And match the following, and even statement based questions also, if you see, match the following, statement based questions, more than one statement correct. These 3 will be increased in future also, and you have to give more priority to them. Just by one question, just by one concept, you will not be getting marks out of them. You have to go through several concepts in match the following, several columns or several rows you have to go through. In more than one statement, several statements you have to read and understand and identify the correct ones. So these things are there. So reading NCERT, that too reading with understanding, is more important. Yes, there are 40 questions easy. 40 out of that 40, 20 questions in the examination are very easy, direct. But 20 questions require, demand little bit thinking, which includes as more than one statement, other these type of questions also. So in these 20 questions, if you have to get good marks, read the chapters from NCERT with proper understanding. Then you can get these 40 questions very easily. The rest 10 questions which are slightly difficult also you can make out if you read these 40 questions properly, if you can make out these 40 questions properly in exam. So I hope this trend analysis will help you how to prepare for the examination. And in examination, remember, whatever you have prepared, okay, answer it properly with accuracy. Accuracy is more important than speed. Sometimes people do it very fast but make many mistakes. Then what is the use of it? So do it properly with accurately. If you don't have time, leave some questions, but whatever you do, do it properly. That is more important. And also, whenever statements based questions are there, just by reading one statement, don't decide it is right or wrong. Read all statements. Sometimes by going to the fourth statement, you may realize that, okay, I thought first statement was correct, but it may be wrong also. Fourth one is more properly correct. Such kind of decision changes may happen in exam. So read all options properly before selecting the right one. And read the question again before marking the answer. Sometimes we will calculate, sometimes they will ask millimoles to calculate. We will calculate moles and we will look into the options that will be there. So we will immediately select it. But when they ask millimoles, we have to select millimoles, not moles. So before marking the answer, look at the question carefully. Read whether they have asked the same thing what I got or they are asking different thing. Check it once and answer that. So if you do it properly, consciously attempt every question in the exam, you will definitely get very good marks. I hope all this helps you. All the best. Thank you.